Deep Dive. We're the show where we unpack your sources to find, well, surprising facts and crucial insights really tailored just for you.
And today, yeah, we're diving into something pretty profound.
We are. It's the Japanese concept of Ikigai. You often hear it translated as the happiness of always being busy.
Right.
And it seems to offer this really powerful path to a long, joyful life. You see it especially in places like Okinawa, famous for, well, extraordinary longevity.
That's exactly right. And while Western psychology has definitely explored finding purpose, think Viktor Frankl's logotherapy, for instance,
Sure.
Ikigai, it sort of goes a step further. It feels like a very practical philosophy. And it also seems to be a significant factor in why some communities, especially on Okinawa, have just an incredible number of centenarians.
The numbers are staggering, aren't they?
They really are. We're talking almost 25 people over 100 for every 100,000 inhabitants. That's just miles above the global average. So yeah, we'll be exploring how this concept shapes lives and, importantly, what pathways it might offer for your own well-being.
Okay, so our mission for this deep dive then is to explore all this multifaceted wisdom behind Ikigai. We're drawing from the experiences of the world's longest living people and hopefully offering you some practical tools, some insights to help you discover your own reason for, getting up in the morning.
Your Ikigai.
Exactly. So let's start there. Let's unpack this beautiful word, Ikigai. What exactly are we talking about here? Our sources say it combines the Japanese character for life
Right.
with another one meaning to be worthwhile. Gai.
Yeah. Suggesting a purpose, something that genuinely motivates you, gets you going each day.
Like a reason for being.
Precisely. It's often described just like that, like the French raison d'être. The Japanese believe everyone has an Ikigai, whether they found it yet or not. And it's often visualized as that sweet spot,
Yeah.
where four things intersect. What you're good at, what you truly love doing, what the world actually needs, and practically speaking, what you can be paid for.
That intersection.
Yeah, and the crucial insight, I think, is that having a clearly defined Ikigai brings this deep satisfaction, happiness, real meaning to life. That's why you often hear this idea of never retire connected to it. Not literally working forever, of course.
Right, not in the Western sense.
Exactly. It's more about never stopping your engagement with what gives your life purpose. Apparently, there isn't even a Japanese word that means retire in that sense of just stopping work completely.
That is fascinating, this idea of never fully disengaging from purpose. So how does this concept, Ikigai, how does it connect to something as, well, physical as longevity?
Our sources really hint it's a key factor in places like Ogimi,
Oh, absolutely.
little town in Okinawa with the world's highest life expectancy.
It is a key factor. And Ogimi, along with these other places called blue zones.
Right, I've heard of those. Yeah, these amazing spots where people just live the longest. They offer such profound insights that go even beyond Ikigai itself. We're talking Okinawa, Sardinia in Italy, Loma Linda in California, Nicoya in Costa Rica, Ikaria in Greece.
Quite a diverse group.
Very diverse. But scientists have found some really fascinating common threads among these vibrant, long-living communities.
Okay, this is where I got really interested in reading the sources. When you look at these blue zones, what's the first, maybe most obvious common thread that jumps out? The thing contributing to these incredibly long, healthy lives.
Well, if we start with something really tangible, I'd say it has to be their diet.
Okay.
And it's not just what they eat. Crucially, it's how they eat. There's this practice, harachi-bu.
Harahachi-bu.
Yeah, often called the 80% secret. Basically, it means you stop eating when your stomach feels about 80% full.
Not stop.
Exactly, not completely stuffed. And the simple thing, it's not really about calorie counting obsession. It's more like this act of mindful self-care. Okinawans, for instance, tend to eat far fewer calories than the average American, sometimes almost half. It really shows how less can be more.
It's that mindful approach again, isn't it? And our sources highlighted the incredible variety, too, eating, what was it, over 200 different foods regularly?
Yeah, and typically 18 different items daily.
Wow. Lots of vegetables, grains, tofu, sweet potatoes, fish maybe 3 times a week.
Sounds about right. And interestingly, very little sugar and salt compared to Western diets.
Plus, they drink things like sanpincha, that's a jasmine tea, right? And eat shikawasa, this lime-like fruit that's packed with antioxidants, like 40 times more nobilitin than oranges.
Amazing, isn't it? Like a natural superfood.
It really is.
Okay, so beyond what they eat, the way they move their bodies is another huge lesson.
Right, movement. But not like hitting the gym hard.
No, not necessarily. It's more about consistent, low-intensity movement woven into their everyday lives.
Like gardening, walking.
Exactly. Things like that. Even Radio Taiso, which is this national Japanese morning warm-up routine, our sources mentioned even centenarians in wheelchairs participate.
Incredible.
And here's a really powerful insight our sources brought up about not moving.
Yeah.
Sitting. Just 30 minutes of sitting can apparently slow your metabolism right down.
30 minutes. Wow.
Yeah. And after 2 hours of continuous sitting, it can even start reducing your good cholesterol.
Oof.
But, and this is crucial, just getting up for 5 minutes can basically hit the reset button and start to reverse that.
Just 5 minutes. That simple act. It can make such a difference, you know?
It really can.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the third pillar.
Yeah.
Community.
Ah, yes, the social connection.
Absolutely vital. In Okinawa, they have something called moai. These are like informal social groups, people with common interests.
Okay.
They offer emotional support, sometimes even financial help. It fosters this incredibly strong sense of belonging.
Like a safety net.
Exactly. There's even a local saying, Ichiriba chode.
Ichiriba showed.
It means something like, treat everyone like a brother, even if you've never met them before.
Wow, that's powerful. That sense of collective well-being, that support. It really makes you think about how important deep connections are, doesn't it? Something maybe we don't always prioritize in our busy modern lives.
It feels foundational to their well-being. So, okay, we have diet, consistent movement, strong community ties. These seem to form the bedrock of their longevity. But it makes me wonder, how deeply do these physical and social habits connect with, well, our mental state, our sense of purpose? Is the mind just as crucial?
Absolutely. You know the saying, mens sana in corpore sano, a sound mind in a sound body.
Classic.
It's classic for a reason. Our sources really dig into the power of the mind here. First off, just keeping an active mind.
Makes sense.
Neuroscientist Shlomo Bresnitz found that simply challenging your brain, learning new things, stepping outside your comfort zone actually revitalizes it. It sparks new neural connections, keeps you sharp.
So interacting with people, playing games, learning.
Exactly. Essential anti-aging strategies for your brain.
And then there's the flip side, managing stress. We all know stress isn't great, but the sources explain why it's so bad for aging.
It damages cells, right? Weakens telomeres.
Precisely. Think of telomeres like the little plastic caps on your shoelaces. They protect the ends of your DNA.
Okay. Yeah.
Every time cells divide, those caps get a tiny bit shorter. Chronic stress, like the constant phone pings and emails of modern life, not actual saber-toothed tigers, speeds up that shortening process. It's like fraying your shoelace tips faster, accelerating aging.
That's a great analogy. So what helps? Mindfulness?
Yes, practices like meditation, breathing exercises, yoga, they help reduce that harmful chronic stress by anchoring you in the here and now.
Right.
Though interestingly, the sources also noted that low levels of stress, if tied to something purposeful, can actually be beneficial, can motivate healthier habits.
A little bit of good stress?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
And we can't forget sleep. Hugely underrated anti-aging tool.
Why is sleep so important here?
It's when your body produces melatonin, which is this powerful antioxidant. It strengthens the immune system, helps protect against cancer, aids insulin production, even fights Alzheimer's and heart disease. Misao Okawa, remember her, lived to 117.
Wow, what were her secrets?
She credited sleeping well and eating sushi.
Simple enough. And finally, attitude. A positive attitude.
Seems crucial. That and high emotional awareness. Common traits in the longest-lived people.
Like Jean Calment lived to 122. At 120, she apparently said, everything's fine.
Amazing. Attributed her longevity partly to humor and also maybe a kind of serenity when facing setbacks. A bit of a stoic attitude, which helps reduce anxiety and stress.
Right, focusing on what you can control.
Exactly. Which ties beautifully into this whole search for purpose we see in other philosophies too, like Viktor Frankl's logotherapy.
Developed after his experiences in Auschwitz, right. Finding reasons to live.
Yes. His whole argument was that if you have a strong enough why, you can endure almost any how. His patients really illustrate this.
Weren't there examples like a diplomat finding a new career?
Yeah. Or a doctor deep in grief who found meaning in bearing his pain for the sake of his deceased wife. It shows that transformative power of discovering your own unique meaning.
And then there's Morita therapy, the Japanese approach. How does that fit in?
Morita therapy is interesting. It teaches acceptance of feelings without trying to control them. Focus on action instead.
So acknowledge the feeling, but do what needs doing anyway.
Kind of like clouds passing by. You see them, acknowledge them, but you act based on your purpose, not the temporary feeling. The goal, again, is discovering your life's purpose, your Ikigai, by looking inward.
Both of these seem to lead towards that state of flow.
Exactly. Coined by the psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, that amazing state of being completely immersed in something.
Where time just disappears.
Yeah, your ego fades. The experience itself is the reward. You do it just for the sake of doing it.
So how do we, find that state more often? Our sources had some concrete strategies. One was about the difficulty level.
Right. Choose tasks that are challenging, but not too challenging.
Yeah.
Just outside your comfort zone. Enough to stretch you.
Yeah.
Like Hemingway aiming to write better than I can.
Okay, a stretch goal. And having a clear objective.
Vital.
Yeah.
But it's like using a compass, not a detailed map. Know your general direction, your destination, but be flexible about the path. Don't obsess over the outcome. Focus on the process.
Which leads to the big one, especially today. Concentrate on a single task.
Oh, huge. Multitasking is mostly a myth, right? Studies show it can tank productivity, even lower your IQ temporarily.
Wow. So things like the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes focus, 5 minutes rest.
Yeah, that's offered as a practical way to train your brain to focus, build that concentration muscle.
It makes sense.
And you see Ikigai and flow just beautifully embodied in Japan, especially in their takumi, their master artisans and dedicated professionals.
Like the examples in the sources, the woman meticulously sorting makeup brush bristles.
Exactly. Or Yukio Shakunaga, a porcelain artist. Steve Jobs was apparently captivated by his dedication, how he sourced his own clay.
That singular focus. Or Jiro, from Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
Perfect example. Making sushi every single day for over 80 years. Never bored, because it's his Ikigai, his passion, his flow state.
It's that dedication, that Ganbaru perseverance, finding purpose in the doing.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be grand artistic pursuits either. The sources mention finding microflow, even in mundane tasks. Like Bill Gates apparently enjoys washing dishes, has a set routine.
Huh. Finding flow in washing dishes. Okay.
It transforms the experience. But, life isn't always flow states and finding purpose easily. Setbacks happen.
Right. Resilience.
Yeah.
That's crucial.
Absolutely. Our ability to bounce back, there's that great Japanese proverb, Nanakuro Yauki.
Fall 7 times, rise 8.
Exactly. Resilient people adapt. They focus on what they can control. Echoes the serenity prayer, really.
And this brings in wisdom from, Buddhism and Stoicism too, right? Managing negative emotions, appreciating the present.
Definitely. Think Marcus Aurelius Seneca, reflecting on impermanence. Not to be morbid, but to appreciate the here and now more deeply. To love the moment and the people in it because it is fleeting.
Which connects to that Japanese aesthetic, wabi-sabi.
Wabi-sabi, yeah. Finding beauty in things that are imperfect, incomplete, transient.
So seeing flaws not as failures, but as part of the beauty, part of the story, an opportunity for growth.
Exactly. It's quite different from the Western obsession with achieving and maintaining perfection.
And ichigo ichi.
This moment exists only now and won't come again. It urges you to really savor each encounter, each experience, because it's unique.
Wow. So resilience, appreciating imperfections, savoring the moment, and then there's this other idea, anti-fragility.
Ah, yes. Nassim Nicholas Taleb's concept. It goes beyond just resilience, which is bouncing back or staying the same after a shock.
Anti-fragile things actually get stronger from shocks, like the Hydra myth.
Precisely. Cut one head, two grow back. The idea is we can cultivate this in our lives.
How? What did the sources suggest?
A few things. Create redundancies. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. Think multiple income streams, diverse friendships, varied interests.
Makes sense, spread the risk.
Second, bet conservatively in some areas, but take small, calculated risks in others. Protect most of your resources, but allow for some experimentation, some potential big wins from small bets.
Okay.
And, crucially, get rid of things that make you fragile. Identify and actively eliminate toxic habits, draining relationships, commitments that weaken you.
So prune away the fragility, the idea being that every setback can actually be an opportunity.
Exactly. A chance to learn, adapt, grow stronger, refine your lifestyle, and maybe even get clearer on your Ikigai.
Okay. So bringing this all together, what does this deep dive mean for you listening right now? We've explored Ikigai from Okinawa centenarians to flow states, logotherapy, anti-fragility.
It seems clear that while your Ikigai is deeply personal, unique to you, that underlying search for meaning and purpose is just fundamentally human. Yeah. And the key lessons, maybe distilled into those 10 rules of Ikigai we found. They seem simple but profound.
It's like, stay active, stay busy with what you love.
Take things slow, don't hurry, eat moderately, Remember Harahachibu.
Surround yourself with good friends, that moai concept.
Move your body daily, even gently. Smile. Cultivate optimism.
Reconnect with nature. Give thanks for things.
And live in the moment, ichigo ichi. These really feel like the principles guiding those long, joyful lives we looked at.
It's less about solving a problem, maybe, and more about embracing a journey, right? Continuous discovery, engagement. I love that quote from the Ogimi Centenarian.
Oh yeah, which one?
At 80, I am still a child. When I come to see you at 90, send me away to wait until I am 100. The older, the stronger.
Fantastic. What an attitude.
Incredible.
So perhaps, true longevity isn't just about the number of years. Maybe it's about how deeply you fill those years with purpose, with connection, with mindful engagement.
A life well lived, not just long lived.
Exactly. So maybe the question for you listening is, what's one small step you could take today, using some of this wisdom to embrace your own Ikigai, or just live a bit more joyfully, more meaningfully?